This is a video about spiral dynamics and the color orange. Hello, this is Wake Up with another spiral dynamics video, this time orange, the long-awaited orange. This is the last video of the series of the descriptions of all the spiral dynamics colors, the grand finale. It's not the last spiral dynamics video, of course, because there's so much more I could talk about, or we could talk about and discuss together, because this is the aim of the channel, that we have a discussion here on YouTube, an exchange among equals. But I have described all the known colors already, including beige and purple and including coral and teal. Now the only one is missing is orange. I have been sitting with orange for a few weeks now, and for me it's both the easiest and the most difficult to explain. As you know, none of my videos are really theoretical, it's all practice. It's all grounded in experience, mine and that of others. I'm fortunate enough to know people who are centered in all colors of spiral dynamics. So this is relatively easy. And I had a strong orange phase myself once. I hold several university degrees both in natural sciences and humanities, but right now for me it's very difficult to relate to that. I still have a few friends and acquaintances who are centered in orange. Orange is a very prevalent color. It's one of the most popular colors nowadays, at least society-wise. In our societies today, red, blue and orange are the most popular colors. The meme is very strong. Yet in my practical research, it was very difficult to find orange-centered people. I know some. I have some friends who are working as professors at universities, and they are most probably centered in orange or orange-green. But most people of whom you would think that they are centered in orange are not. They're centered in either red or blue. All mainstream scientists are centered in blue, or maybe blue-orange or orange-blue. But the blue is very strong here, otherwise they wouldn't be mainstream scientists. Pioneers are often centered in orange or orange-green, or even yellow. But most people of whom you would think they're centered in yellow, they're actually centered in orange. And then my main problem was, because orange is not only logic and reason and science, it's also money and power and expansion and me, and I want the best and the newest and more, which is extremely similar to red. Yeah. And I've been thinking for weeks now how to tell red and orange apart. Beige is a very selfish color, it's the first selfish color, and it's only about me. No one else counts. Red, other people only count as sheep. The red person is the wolf and the others are the sheep. They are the prey. You need them to exploit them. The red person is the master and the others are the slaves. Now, if we look at the way so-called orange persons are exploiting other countries, their employees and so on, what tells you if they're orange or red? How can you recognize that? They could very well be centered in red. Let's take money. There will be a separate video about money and spiral dynamics, but let's take this for now. Money is a very prominent theme in orange. Yeah, people want to earn more money by whatever means, but they do not want to piss off other people. That's one of the main differences between orange and red. Red doesn't care to piss off other people, orange does care. So orange limits its own egocentricity voluntarily. Orange has learned the lessons of red and blue. Red doesn't work in the long run. And blue has too many limitations in the long run. So it has learned that red ends in catastrophe and tears, and it has learned that blue ends in being burned at the stake. So the orange-centered personality wants to do something differently. He or she wants to have maximum freedom. That's actually it. Wants to attain freedom, and with this, for example, financial freedom or freedom of research. I want to research anything I like. I don't want any restrictions. For example, genetics. Genetics is a very controversial field of science, and a purely orange person doesn't want any interference and any laws. He or she just wants to research. He or she is not interested in morality, but only in how far the mind can get her. Her own intelligence can get her. It's an intelligence play. It's an intelligent game like chess. Who is the best, the cleverest, the smartest chess player? Who can think the most complex thoughts? Two personalities that fit the picture, who fit the picture very well, are Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. Very popular, very well-known figures, the founder of Apple and the founder of Tesla. They are pioneers in their field, and they were extremely successful, and they did things differently. Both of them have similar histories, even. They both started university and then stopped it within months, because they immediately realized that at universities most of the knowledge that is taught is old knowledge. It's not new. It will not lead them where they want to go. It's blue knowledge. So they decided they don't even need a university title. They will do it on their own merits, on their own intelligence, on their own pioneer spirits, ideas, and so on. That's orange. Pure, unfettered intelligence. But only little bit interested in the welfare of other people. I mean, they're not actively interested in hurting others like red, but they don't mind either, as long as it doesn't come up, as long as no one notices. Yeah, they do not want to incur the wrath of others, but they don't mind the thin red line between legal and illegal either. They're extremely ambitious. Ambition is a very, very orange and red thing. And all these individualistic colors like beige and red and orange and yellow, they're very ambitious. Only in yellow and coral you don't notice it so much, because it's not about the personality, it's not about me anymore. Yellow wants to know more than everyone else, and coral wants to find the truth, no matter what it is. While orange is still perfectly happy in destroying the environment and exploiting other countries somewhere in Africa or whatever for their own personal gains. Yeah, the Africans, what can they do? If I incur a little bit of wrath in the Africans, who cares? That's not my opinion, of course. I'm just saying something that a orange person would think. The next problem with orange is that the book by Beck and Cohen, Spiral Dynamics, the most famous book of all spiral dynamics books, even more famous than Claire Graves' original books, is very orange. It has been written to cater an orange audience. It's not clear how orange-centered the authors were. I don't know them personally also. I've seen some videos, but I've never met them, so I can't say. But it's very clear that the book has been written to draw in an orange audience, because that is where the money is. Green-centered people are notoriously bad at making money, and second-tier centered people are usually not so interested in money. The money is in red, blue, and orange. Red because they just take it. Blue because that's the old money, yeah, of nobility and so on, inherited from generation to generation. And orange is the big bucks by technology, like, for example, Tesla. The Tesla stock is now worth more than the 3 biggest German automobile producers together. They produce thousands and thousands more cars than Tesla, but Tesla is worth more because it's innovative. Tesla is also worth more than the biggest car company in the whole world, which is Toyota, which makes no sense, but that's how it is. That's orange. New is better. Old-fashioned things will be thrown overboard. And that is why orange is in every chapter of the Beck-Cohen book, of the Spiral Dynamics book. Claire Graves called it levels of human existence, or the never-ending quest. I will make a video about that as well. But the term Spiral Dynamics, it's more from Cohen, Beck, and other students of Graves. Also, Ken Wilber went into it quite early, but then left the Beck-Cohen group quite early as well, because Ken Wilber is very yellow. So he wasn't interested in any orange spiral dynamics. But that is the model that got popular. So we have to be very grateful to Beck and Cohen and Todorovic and others, yeah? Because they made this amazing model, this amazing theory, world popular. This is why we have lots of YouTube channels now and other information on the internet, and thousands of people are discussing it. Otherwise, maybe it would have disappeared with Graves' death. It has something scientific about it, yeah? It's like Isaac Asimov's psychohistory. It's a mixture between sociology, psychology, history, and spirituality. So yes, you can make an orange science out of it. But orange is not at all interested in spirituality. It's the last orange is interested in, unless you can earn money with it, which is of course possible. There are lots of fake gurus out there who pretend to sell secrets and secret knowledge and so on, and if you pay enough, they will share the knowledge with you. No matter if these fake gurus are selling the idea of being rich or being enlightened, doesn't matter, it's fake. Being rich doesn't happen from one day to another, and being enlightened cannot be taught. It happens or it doesn't happen. Well, orange-centered people, they think anything can be learned, anything can be taught, and anything has to be reasonable. But not too reasonable. They allow a certain modicum of chaos and creativity, which is a difference in comparison to blue. So while we are understanding this very, very helpful model of spiral dynamics, we always have to be careful to sift out the orange influence in all the colors where it doesn't belong. Orange belongs into orange and a little bit into blue and green, but not into other colors, especially not into second-tier colors like yellow and turquoise. Orange wants to achieve. It wants to achieve a goal, and hard work and smarts will get you there, which works everywhere except in spirituality. No matter how smart you are or how stupid you are, no matter how much effort or how little effort you put into it, it won't help you. Awakening and enlightenment will happen or not happen if you want it or not. There is nothing to achieve, and that is something that orange cannot understand and doesn't want to. As I told you in my red, blue, orange video, I met someone who centered in orange At first, I thought he was centered in yellow, but then it turned out he was centered in orange, because I asked him what he thought about that, the theory that everything is an illusion actually, how the Indian sages see it. And he said that he doesn't want to live in a world where this is true. He doesn't believe it's true, and if it would be true, he still would choose not to believe in it, because he doesn't want to live with it. This is the orange nightmare, the most horrible thing, that hard work and intelligence and ambition will not get you anywhere you want. There might be some talents that you cannot catch up with because you were not born with those talents, but otherwise you can get everything by willpower. But if the theory would be true that everything is an illusion and that we are, like in the Matrix movie, just batteries for machines, and they feed us a believable, likely dream, and everything they worked for their whole life, the whole worldview, would collapse and would be for naught, because you cannot achieve anything in a dream, in a fake reality. So we're almost done with orange. There are a few more things to clear up. First of all, you can wake up in orange, which is what happened to some scientists like Heisenberg and Einstein and so on, because you can wake up in any color. And going deeply into anything, also chemistry and mathematics and physics and biology and so, can trigger waking up, especially things like relativity theory and quantum mechanics. And secondly, science is not only in orange. Orange is the most scientific color, but there is blue science and green science and even turquoise science. Watch Nassim Haramein's videos on field theory and you know what turquoise science is. Everything is connected and it can be proven by mathematics and physics. So only because someone is a scientist doesn't mean he or she is orange. It can be any other color. And the third thing is that it is wrong that orange is a relatively new color. We had orange in the history of Western and Eastern culture many thousands of years ago. We had it in Greece, we had it in Alexandria, in Egypt, and we had it in India, in China, but mainly in India. Yoga itself, watch my video about what yoga actually is. Yoga itself is also, or was also, science, but it was a science of introspection, not a natural science of mathematics, although mathematics has also been invented in India. The breakthrough in the history of mathematics was the invention of the number 0, and that was an Indian invention. And the last thing I want to discuss about orange is evolution. Yeah? That's the whole thing with the spiral. I'm always telling you in the videos, and I've been discussing with some of you in the comments. Spiral dynamics is a great word, but it's not actually a spiral. It's not an upwards movement where higher colors are better than others. Yeah, it's about integration, about completion. The idea that there is a personal evolution, there seems to be an evolution of nature, and we are part of nature as a human species, but that there is an evolution of consciousness of individuals, that is an orange theory. It's not a theory that is widely accepted amongst people who are centered in the second tier and who are exploring and experiencing consciousness. Consciousness happens. It's there or it's not there. There's no evolution. It's if you let go of your identifications, which blind you, then you can perceive consciousness. But there's no evolution that you get smarter somehow. It's not some kind of IQ or like a muscle. Yeah? Consciousness is there and it's accessible all the time. All you have to do is let go of your fears and identifications and programs. So the whole idea of evolution is an orange idea by Darwin and Spencer and co. And it's very popular nowadays still, although there are so many or so much evidence against it. For example, the probability that a single cell organism has been come to life over thousands or millions of years of chance and mutation without any consciousness involved, just pure chance and accident, has been calculated at more than 1 to 10 to the power of 800. So it's next to zero. And this is one of the main premises of evolution. Many theories, scientific theories, are completely outdated and disproved, and people still hold on to them because it gives them a good feeling. Human beings are the crown of creation. This is the benefit in holding on to ludicrous theories like evolution. But for many people, things like evolution, pseudo-scientific theories, they're preferable to religious dogma. So they see it as progress, which is what Orange is all about, progress. Progress for the sake of progress. Growth for the sake of growth. The definition of a healthy economy nowadays is a growing economy, although it is completely clear that this cannot go on forever. It's like a cancer. At some point, the system dies. And that's where green comes in. Green realizes all the disadvantages and advantages of orange and keeps the advantages and gets rid of the disadvantages. The big advantage of orange is that you go beyond belief. You want a proof that it's true, that it works. It has to be reasonable. But reason has its limits. Reason is not what separates us from animals, which is often propagated. We are animals. Human beings are also animals. We're part of nature, and nothing separates us from animals. That's one of the biggest illusions and one of the biggest obstacles to wake up. The orange meme is very strong in modern Western first world societies today. Although not so many people are actually centered there, actually do have their center of gravity there. The trouble with reason and science is that they want to escape belief in dogma and religion so badly that they themselves become a dogma and a religion and a belief. Okay, Now, finally, orange. Those are the most important aspects of orange as far as I'm concerned. And also, don't forget that spiral dynamics itself has a very strong orange influence, although it is in itself originally a yellow system. Please leave your comments below. We've already had such good discussions there. I'm very happy, and more countries are listening to this channel. That's always very uplifting. USA, Canada, Croatia, Sweden, Finland, and so on. Slovenia. It's always very interesting which kinds of nationalities listen to spiral dynamics and awakening videos. So, as I said, please leave your comments below. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to hit the bell button. And see you soon. And thank you very much to everyone with whom I have discussed orange and the difference between orange and red during the past weeks to get this video up and running. Thanks to all the other spiral dynamics specialists and nerds and buffs who helped me make this video possible.